not want to cry on this camera because that's really embarrassing, especially when I'm not even like famous or nothing yet. I'm looking for somebody I can call, looking for the only one I can get my own. Tell me that it's true. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiaria Holiday, and this is a video on everything I've learned in my adult life, y'all. I feel like this video is something you need to see, she need to see, and she need to see, because it really is the lessons of life, I feel like, honestly. And I think that everyone goes through these lessons. You may go through them when you're 40. I went through them when I was 22. So I just feel like everybody can probably learn something or feel something or relate to me on some level. And if you are about to enter your adulthood, 17, 16, around there, I definitely think that you should watch this whole video. I don't care if I can only save one of y'all. I did my due diligence, okay? But yes, y'all, just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into the video. Number one is going to be, don't be impulsive, bro. So background on why this is number one on my list is I made a very impulsive decision to quit my job at 21, and yeah, it kind of fucked up my whole year. And if I didn't do that, I probably would have had a totally different year, honestly. And I am happy that I did quit, because I was unhappy at the job, don't get me wrong, but I should have had a plan on exactly what I planned on doing. So yeah, being too impulsive and not really thinking out how these decisions can affect you like an adult that you are now, yeah, can definitely get in your way. Yeah, like, don't be impulsive. Don't just say screw the what do they call it? Is it screw the matrix? I was on some screw the matrix shit, and like I don't have to do this, da 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 da. And yeah, I seen where the fuck that got me. I didn't end up going back to a 9-to-5 after I quit either. So I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying you probably won't have as rough a time as I did if you don't do it so abruptly, thinking that everything's just gonna work out, because it will in the end. But why go through all this hardship when that was not in your path? Your path was to stay down, stay focused, and, you know, reap the benefits on the other side, other than throw yourself in the deep end and figure it out. That's what I did. I threw myself in the deep end. I had to figure it the fuck out. Point number two is going to be your own parent. And when I say this with my whole heart. Be your own parent. You know how your parent told you, oh, you can't eat all of that. You can't eat candy every day. You can't stay up all late at night. You can't scroll on your phone for hours and hours and hours on end. You really can't. Like, you can't. Like, and I think a lot of us get free will as we get older, and we get too comfortable with the free will. We get too excited. We get too geeked up. We be too geeked up, and it really does affect us in the long run, because you start noticing, like, okay, I go out every night and I'm doing this every night, and I'm letting myself sit in the bed till 4 p.m. and, like, you know, you, like, come on, put your mom's voice in your head. That get up, what you doing? Da, 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 da. You need to get off that phone. You need to get up. You need to be up at a certain time. You need to be on time everywhere you go. That voice, you cannot lose it once you come out here on your own in the real world. Like, you have to keep that very close to your heart, because it's very important. Like, you cannot stop parenting yourself. You can never stop parenting yourself. And it's like, at first, obviously, for the first 18 years, you know, you didn't know how to be your own parent. And now, like, those first 18 years was for you to figure out what parenting style works on you. And then you apply it to yourself. Like, if you know that you just have to be like, nope, like, nope, you're getting up right now. Nope. Like, if your mom couldn't give you, like, oh, if you get up in 5 minutes, did your mama let you get up in 5 minutes? No, get your ass up right now. Take yourself like that. I hope your mom didn't do all that, but I'm that type of mama to myself, because your mama ain't gonna let you keep on lying like, oh, I'm gonna get up, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. If you don't do that shit by tomorrow, watch you not be fucking watching that show. What, you know that Chipotle bowl you've been waiting on all week? I bet if you don't get this done by tonight, you will not be seeing no Chipotle. That is the type of parent you need to be to yourself. Oh, you think you deserve some candy? You don't deserve no candy. You ain't went to the gym all day. You lied to yourself and told me you were going, and you never even went. Who the fuck rewards bad behavior? Not me. I don't do that. And I stand on business even with me. So clock that. Point number 3 kind of leans off of, or piggybacks off of point number 2, which is always have a plan. Because I don't know if y'all are like me. You know, some people, they may be able to just, you know, not have a specific plan and go about their life perfectly fine. But I'm a person that I can get very lost in the sauce. You know, I have to know what we're doing, why we're doing it, what's the purpose of doing it, and why exactly it's going to get us to where we're trying to go. If I don't know that, okay, I may have switched my angle slightly because I couldn't find my powder for a second. We were talking about how you need to always have a plan, okay? Yes. Always have a plan. If you do not have a plan, do not move. Really gonna pay off in your life. When we are intentional and everything is for a reason. You're doing things for a reason. You know why you're waking up every day. That's how you feel more fulfilled too. It's so easy to feel depressed when you don't have a plan for your life and you're just like, I'm gonna go with the flow. For some people, a plan is scary. If a plan is too scary and it's gonna cause you to not move and do what you need to do, by so be it. You know, if you don't want to have a specific plan, okay, cool. Maybe not a plan of goals, but a plan of action. You need to have a system in place of why you do things, how you do things, how these things are helping you propel forward. And yeah, pretty much have a tangible plan. Have a realistic plan. Have a plan that you can back up and not just by what somebody told you. Because oh my gosh, if everything everybody told me and promised me, if I had it in my hands right now, baby, I would be a millionaire. Okay, and I mean that from my whole heart. I would be a millionaire if everybody gave me everything they told me they were going to give me and that they knew that they could help me out and put me on with. If that's your plan to get put on by some, no. And you know, if that person can put you on and help you out, I'm not saying don't take nobody help, but I'm saying don't put so much faith in people. Don't put that much faith in nobody but God. Stick to your plan and what you already have working for you and the things that you probably already did pray for to even get to this point. Clock that, and you stick to those until you can see the benefits of the other plan. You actually see that it has to be foolproof. You need a foolproof plan. Okay, let's say I want to do content. Content, I guess technically isn't a foolproof plan because it could go bad. You know what I mean? But we all know with consistency, you usually can get there, but it just has to be foolproof in your way. Like, okay, you know, while I'm doing content, I'm not just banking completely on the content. Like, I do still work. I still am in school, so I'm still trying to get me a degree that I could use if I needed to, but I know my main focus, and I know that that is what I want to do. You know what I mean? But I still have a plan. But I have my not foolproof plan that I'm fully going towards, and then I have my foolproof plan to kind of fall back on. But at the end of the day, I'm not telling you don't chase your dreams, but make plans that align with your dreams. Like, my career that I could have for my degree would still align with, okay, I'm gonna still be doing content, but you know, that could help me so I can have a way to make a living if I'm not making money off of this, you know, off of like for a while. You didn't have a plan in place and now you're in survival mode, so therefore you don't have time to think about your dreams anymore. Don't do that to yourself. And that's why it's always important to have a plan, so you can even have room for growth and for other things and for expanding your brain and expanding your mind and what you want to do. let me get off of this point because I could talk about having a plan all day. Number 4, do not wait on anyone. Say you and your friends all plan to move to a new city, and yes, it's supposed to be the most amazing thing ever. And because that's honestly, when I first moved to Atlanta, all of my friends supposed to come out here with me, like every single one. Like that was the original OG plan. Like we talked about how we would even go to a community college to move out here together. So it's like at that time, in that space of time, I was the only one who moved, you know? And I could just imagine if I stopped everyone else moving, stopped me from moving, and where my life probably would be now. And it would have been awful, y'all. Like, I don't really even want to think about that. But yeah, when it comes to things like that, especially when it comes to moving to a new city, kind of expanding yourself, or if you know, let's say that you have a business idea plan with somebody, you know, I'm not saying, you know, just take the idea for yourself, but keep on pushing into them about it and let them know, hey, if you don't get on this with me, I'm just gonna do it alone, and I don't want to do that, but I will, you know, because at the end of the day, it gotta get done. And if you're not ready, I've been ready, you know, I'm waiting on you. Growth. Don't listen to anyone too much about like anything. Just take everything with a grain of salt that people say, because at the end of the day, they're not you, and God didn't give them your vision, so they can't even speak on it for real. You know, they could give their opinion and they could talk fear into your plans, but at the end of the day, I know it sounds scary to you, and I know that it wouldn't work out for you because it's not your destiny. So how could you understand me? How could you feel the excitement that I have inside my chest when I talk about this, and the belief, how deep I feel it, like that this is supposed to work out for me? It's not for you. So you're just looking at me like, oh, okay. God didn't put it on your spirit. So how could you feel me, baby? You could never feel me how you need to feel me, you know? Like every time I tried to go to the gym with a gym partner, y'all, that shit felt me awfully. But guess what? Ever since I've been going to the gym by myself, and I told myself I gotta get up and go to that gym, I've been in the gym for like a year. And some change, actually. More stuff that you back on other people to do, the more shit is just gonna go fucked up in your life, period. Now, I'm sorry to say it, but that's just the cold hard truth. Love your loved ones. This is number 5. I personally feel this one very deeply. I'm trying to make sure I'm not emotional here, so we're gonna skim over this one for real. But you know, I've had some, oh my God, I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to do this. I've had some family members go through some hard times, health-wise and things like that, and just realizing how much I wish I just spent more time, and just, you know, just make sure you give your people their flowers while they're here, because you never know. And thank God that the situations that my family were into, they're, you know, steady right now, where it's not any real like bad news or anything like that. But at the same time, it was a wake-up call that everybody who you take advantage of being here is not gonna be here forever. And we all not gonna be here forever. So you really do have to enjoy your people. You have to take in the love. You have to love the journey, because worrying about all that little stuff, worrying about all the little stuff really is just not worth it. Like, and I would hate to get to that last moment and then notice that I wasted all the time being mad about this, or bitching about this, or going in about this, or not really seeing eye to eye with you about this, or kind of avoiding you because you always ask me about this instead of just talking about it with you. Like, you just love your people. Be there for them. That thing that you don't feel like doing for them, do it. The thing that you don't feel like going to with them, do it. The show that you don't feel like watching with them, watch it. Just be present in the moment. And I think it will make all the difference in the long run. So obviously Taria, when she wrote out these, she probably was crying while writing them, because when I'm seeing the points after the points, it's like, okay, well, are you trying to get me to cry, bitch? Like, I don't find that funny. Reflect inner. Definitely. I feel like this is something that I learned not too long ago. I wouldn't say I've been doing this for a long time, which honestly sounds kind of crazy now that you say it out loud. So with the reflect inner, it's more so about the fact that you may be doing a lot of things right in your life. You know, you may have a lot of great traits, and I feel like I'm a person that has a lot of great traits, and I know myself. And honestly, with you being self-aware, because I'm definitely a hyper self-aware person, being a hyper self-aware person honestly can make you not reflect on yourself as much. And I know that sounds crazy, because you're like, if I'm self-aware, then how would I not reflect? But you being self-aware and you knowing who you are rooted deep in, and you know you're a genuine person, and I know what I do and I know what I don't do, and I stand on that, can sometimes not make you be reflective in certain situations, you know, because you're so stuck on, oh, I know who I am, you know, and I know this, and I know you're so stuck on what you know, instead of really just hearing how you're affecting others, honestly. And that's really what I had to, oh my gosh, I gotta get over this topic. I'm sorry, y'all, we gonna have to fast track this. But like, okay, I'm just not even gonna look. Like, just sitting back and actually listening to how other people were affected by things that you didn't even realize. And you can probably stick to that point of you feeling like you had no ill intent for them, or you had nothing, you know, you can't keep trying to tell everybody, well, I didn't mean it that way, or well, you shouldn't have felt that way. At the end of the day, they felt that way. At the end of the day, I made you feel that way, and I'm sorry, and I'm gonna watch what I do that around you. You know what I mean? I may not even agree that that's something that I don't think I should be doing, or it's not something that I enjoy, or it's not something that I think is good or smart or productive or whatever. But at the end of the day, I value this relationship that we have, and if that's not something that you can get along with, and it's not a deep personality trait within me that I can't change, then you gotta be open to changing it. One thing that bothers me very, very much, I do not give people much grace. I do not have much grace for people, and I want God to even give me grace. So how can I sit there and not have grace for other people? So I can't be like that. And that's what I am really teaching myself. And the crash out in me is sometimes has a hard time letting people just be off with doing something that I mark as stupidity, or I mark as like, you just fucked all of this up, and you just, what the fuck made you do that? But how that makes the people feel who did it, and it was genuinely a mistake, and they genuinely weren't trying to do anything to me, and I'm the only one frustrated. It just wasn't productive for me. It wasn't healthy to keep being like that and keep spazzing out on people in that manner when nobody had any ill intent for me in the beginning. And now I look like the monster, even though I feel like somebody did something to me. The way I react is just so much that it's like, relax, okay? Like, everyone was looking at them like, but then how you just acted a fool about it, everybody's looking at you now like, you know? So it's like, I never really was the first person, but I'm damn near the second a lot. So I have worked on myself, giving people grace. Give people grace, child. Because that's something that I'm definitely trying to learn. Still trying to learn. I'm not going to say that that's something that, you know, I've mastered. But I've learned that I need to, at least, okay? Keep God close. Oh my gosh. It's like every time I think I'm about to get over this about to cry thing, I have another one that I know is probably going to make me want to cry. I feel like this has been a year that I have gotten, sorry, Lord, I have to go fast over this because I really just did my makeup on camera, and I really do not want to cry on this camera because that's really embarrassing, especially when I'm not even like famous or nothing yet. So I really need to reel it in. But my testimony for y'all. This has been the year I have prayed the most. This has been the year I have felt the closest to God. This has been the year that I tuned out the noise of how I was supposed to feel with God, and I really just learned my personal relationship with God. And it has completely changed my life. It has changed mainly my mindset, which has changed my life, because no matter what, I'm gonna be okay. No matter what situation I'm in, I'm happy and I'm grateful, and I have so much gratitude inside my body. And I learned these steps to keep myself out of a depression. There was plenty of times this year where if Tayaria wasn't praying how she was praying, she would have fell in a deep depression. And our relationship with God this year is what kept me from not. Okay, I'm sorry, God. I'm done talking about it. But get close to God, y'all. Stay close to God, and it will save you, and it will keep you through everything that the world could possibly ever try to throw at you in any type of way, shape, or matter. Okay, let me go get some tissue. I'll be back, y'all. Okay, okie dokie. We are back, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Very unprofessional of me. I need to read over these. Sorry. Because each one gets, like, sadder. Okay. We're never feeling alone. I feel like there was definitely times in my life where I was a lot more financially, like, I'm not gonna say financially free, but, you know, like, in a better financial position. I was, you know, had better things going on with, like, school and all type of things. I just was in a better position whole life around, okay? Taking trips a lot more often, just, you know, a lot of things that you think would matter. I wouldn't say I was nearly as genuinely as happy as I am now. And fuck, we're gonna do it again, okay? Even though I had all that stuff going on, I did feel very alone at certain points, and I felt like everything was weighing on my back, and I had to figure something out tomorrow or I was a failure and all of these things. And when I learned to let go and give it to God and understand that God is always there with me, and I'm not going through anything alone, and everything works out in my favor because of my relationship, and because I put my trust in my actual faith and my actual belief. And to really believe is not to worry. And when I started to really not just say it but do it, life just got so much better. Like, even on my worst days, I'm with a full smile because I know it's gonna work out. I know I'm not about to die. I know it's not life-threatening. I know I'm okay, you know? And even I may have to cry it out. I may have to do one big cry, but guess what? I could go on about my day because I know after that cry and after that prayer, and I'm doing everything in my power I can to protect the situation and do better in the situation, then what else can I do? You know what I mean? And I'm not about to sit there and stress about it. I'm not about to sit there and think about it. I'm not about to sit there and beat myself up about it. I'm not about to tear myself down. Nothing like that. So I feel like, with that being said, that's the reason why my self-love got so much better. My confidence got so much higher. I'm just like a better person internally. You know what I mean? And I feel like now I am in a position to make that match externally. But I had to do some inner work. I had to fall. I had to feel alone. I had to feel like I was by myself, to turn to God and to learn that I wasn't by myself, and to fall again and to see that when it happened again, you wasn't by yourself this time, and it actually did work. So yeah. Now that we're over the crazy topics, they weren't crazy, but you know, when I get to talking about God and my family and stuff like that, I get a little wah. So sorry about that. You know, we're back and we're better. Keep things to yourself. This is something I'm definitely probably still learning a little bit. I do probably keep a lot more things to myself longer than I did in the past. Everybody who knows me, most people who know me know I'm an open book. You probably pretty much could ask me anything and I'm probably going to tell you. Yeah, that's just how I am. But when it comes to things that can be jeopardized and things that I need to keep close to my heart, things that people could bring negative energy over, you know, like a new job or plans to, you know, do certain things, or just things that people could talk fear over, that people can you know, you don't even know who's really rooting for you and who's not. And I do feel like things started to go a little bit better for me when I started to keep things a little bit more private. Like, even though I feel like you shouldn't have to, and you should be able to scream stuff from the rooftops and everybody be proud of you, it's just not the case. And I just say it's okay to, you know, have your testimony and to tell your testimony and be excited, but just wait until your testimony is fully tested and now you're in the money stages, okay? Like that is when I think it's okay to go ahead and scream from the rooftops that everything is going well. Number 10, do not make everything a personality trait. This is something I had to learn, and this is something that I still think a lot of people need to learn, okay? And what I mean by don't make everything a personality trait is, sometimes, I don't know if this is everybody, this may be a very specific thing, you know, like, but sometimes we take too much pride in certain things, especially little things. Like, let's say, like, okay, what's one that's small that probably a lot of people relate to? Okay, like, let's say like your favorite artist, for example. You take pride in that being your favorite artist. When somebody else says that that's their favorite artist and they said that they love that artist more than you do, it would be a, nobody loves that artist more than me. Nobody knows more songs from that artist more than me. And when somebody does say you claim like, oh, no one loves that artist more than me, no one knows more songs from that artist more than me, and then you meet the person who knows more songs more than you, is that gonna make you feel some type of way? Is that gonna make you feel like less of you? Are you gonna have an identity crisis about that fucking artist? You're making everything a personality trait. Like, everything. And honestly, the only personality trait I'm making a personality trait is me being me. Like, even my career, I'm not making my career a personality trait. I don't have to be the best in my, I don't have to be, like, I am happy being me. I'm happy being at the level that I'm supposed to be at. And when you make everything like a, oh, that's who I am, when you turn everything you do in your life and everything you enjoy into who you are, then you could suck the fun out of it. And you can make it more of like, oh, I have to keep up this reputation that I've built as this artist connoisseur, or this, like, just don't force it, okay? Like, the things that are personality traits will naturally stick. If you have to go out of your way every day to make sure that you are sticking to that reputation, or when you are in those specific moments, like let's say the artist thing, like, and when you get around those people, you gotta act like you gotta mumble the words like you do know it. You gotta fake it for, man, give it up, okay? It is not your thing, and it's okay. And it is your thing to a certain extent, you know, like my favorite artist is Drake. You know how many people are diehard Drake fans in this world? And I know I'm a diehard Drake fan. But am I the diehardest Drake fan? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Because guess what? Drake don't pay me. And as much as I love Drake and I love all his music and I love all his songs, he's not here. He don't know me from a can of paint. Not a damn thing about me. He probably couldn't even pronounce my name right. So am I about to argue about who know Drake? No, baby, go find something to do. Okay, that somebody knows more Drake songs than you. You'll be okay that this one day you ran into this bitch, she had a better outfit on than you, and you thought that you told yourself you was gonna be the best dressed person in there, and you weren't. It happens, babe. It doesn't mean that you can't dress. It doesn't mean shit, honestly. Like, we just internalize stuff too much sometimes, especially moments that don't fucking matter. So, yeah. Don't be that person. Don't be that person that can't have a good time because someone likes their artist more than them. You are a party pooper and you're going to ruin it for everybody. Okay, y'all, so that is it for part 1. I did not notice how much stuff I wrote down. So if you guys want a part 2 of this video, please let me know. If y'all don't want a part 2 and we need to move on to something else, that's perfectly fine too, because I almost cried about 5 times today. So yes, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and keep up with me for more, y'all, because I want to keep up with y'all. So what's up? Like, what are we doing? Like, pull up. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Love you.